As the sun rises over the fertile crescent, the vast fields of poppies sway in the gentle Mesopotamian breeze. The Sumerians were the first to cultivate the poppy, carefully scoring the pods to collect the milky sap, which they called hul-gil, the flower of joy. The tablet, dating back nearly 4,000 years, contains the earliest known example of a binding legal contract. For centuries, this scroll remained hidden, its secrets guarded by darkness. The priestess poured the crimson offering, a plea to the gods as the sun surrendered to the night. The imbalance of the humors suggested a blockage of the bile. He prescribed a mixture of wormwood and yarrow, ground finely and mixed with wine. Across the endless sands they marched, a lifeline of trade connecting the distant empires. The marketplace of Ctesiphon, a symphony of color, aroma, and commerce. For centuries, this was the center of the known world's trade. In the quiet solitude of the House of Wisdom, the pursuit of knowledge illuminated the world. The dried pods must be ground slowly to release their full potential. This fine powder is essential for the tincture. Here, where the desert meets the sky, the world converged. East met west, and fortunes were forged in silk and spice. This is the harbor city of Gwangju, the vibrant heart of the maritime Silk Road. Here, east meets west in a flurry of trade and culture. Using a bronze spatula, the master physician blends the viscous resin with the 72 herbs. The mixture must be perfectly smooth before it is rolled into the healing pill. Within the quiet walls of the courtyard, the pursuit of knowledge was everything. This passage suggests This dark, rich paste is the heart of the mixture. See how it transforms the dry leaves. It must be uniform before it is ready for the pipe. He had learned that true wisdom often arrived, veiled in shadow and smoke.
By the imperial mandate, we hereby proclaim the following decree. All citizens must adhere strictly to the new regulations set forth by the Great Queen.
Every day, millions of tons of cargo pass through this harbor, carried by the largest ships in the world and navigated by smaller vessels.
The Portuguese naus, battered by the South China Sea, finally sighted the elusive coastline of the Great Ming. This bustling harbor in Macau was the epicenter of trade, where Portuguese and Chinese merchants forged new connections across the globe. The riches of the East flowed through these waters, demanding sweat and toil from dawn till dusk. The unforgiving Atlantic cared little for the Crown's charter. Captain Jones knew this voyage would test the very limits of their resolve. As the seat of the British Raj, these grand structures overlooked a city pulsating with commerce and culture. Every transaction, no matter how small, must be recorded. The ledgers are the lifeblood of the company, detailing every expense and every profit.
The tradition of afternoon tea, refined over centuries, continues to offer a moment of tranquil escape in the heart of the city.
The weight of a kingdom, measured in silver and shadow. Every coin a testament to a life spent acquiring. For the East India Company, these fields were everything. The opium harvested here fueled a trade empire stretching across the globe.
The opium trade was the cornerstone of the British administration, generating vast revenues from the fertile lands of India.
The golden hour descends upon the vast plains of India, where the morning mist reveals a sea of crimson poppies stretching to the horizon. The thumbprint became the signature of a generation bound by these new terms. It was a mark of agreement, though often extracted under duress.
The vast poppy fields of India were the engine of colonial ambition, tended by farmers who toiled from dawn till dusk.
At the break of dawn, the meticulous work begins. Harvesters make shallow cuts into the green pods.
This factory was the heart of the colonial enterprise, built on the backs of thousands of laborers working from dawn till dusk.
For generations, the process has remained unchanged, a careful blend of strength and precision, preserving the rich flavors within. Spanning over 1 million square feet, this distribution hub processes thousands of units every hour. Precision inventory management is crucial to maintaining the flow. The annual auction at the Dependencies estate always drew a crowd, but this year the stakes felt higher. These merchants represent generations of legacy, battling not just for the art, but for the prestige itself. The stakes have never been higher. Every crate carried the hopes of the new world, hauled by the sweat and sinew of the harbor men.
Have a hoe! Steady now! Have a hoe!
With sails full and the wind at her back, the great clipper ship pushes ever onward into the deep blue unknown. Midnight offshore. The rendezvous point was set, the price agreed upon. Now, only the...
This proposal is highly irregular. Are you certain you can guarantee the permits?
We foresaw the complications, Director. The necessary arrangements have already been made.
Perched between the jagged coast and the open sea, the Golden Age's outpost has long served as the gateway to the Eastern Kingdoms.
The year's profits, solidified not just on paper, but in tangible, glittering assets. A testament to a successful quarter. The rapid expansion of the railways brought unprecedented wealth, transforming the landscape with these grand displays of Victorian ambition. Standing majestically on the banks of the Thames, the Houses of Parliament dominate the London skyline, a Gothic masterpiece under an ever-changing sky. The rains never came this season. Now, all that remains of her harvest is dust and the memory of greener days. In this parched land, hope is as scarce as the rain. Families wait, but the pots remain empty. From the air, the city reveals its true scale. The eastern markets are showing remarkable stability this quarter, despite the recent fluctuations. True, but I remain cautious about the Emperor's new tariffs. Engines. This exquisite meerschaum, intricately carved and resting upon royal silk, tells a story of crafts. The passage of time often reveals our true habits. What began as a comfortable space.
In this hyper-dense metropolis, life unfolds in layers. The deeper you look, the more secrets the city reveals.
In this quiet room, exhaustion hangs heavy in the air, a constant companion in their daily struggle for survival. As the details of the report surfaced, a silent panic began to spread through the ministry. They knew the public could not yet know the truth.
The imperial court was deeply divided. This madness must cease. We must attack now. Your reckless strategies will be our undoing.
Perched between the jagged coast and the open sea, the Golden Age's outpost has long served as the gateway to the Eastern Kingdoms.
The target facility was more advanced than anticipated. We secured the primary server core, but the dismantling process is ongoing. In this quiet room, exhaustion hangs heavy in the air, a constant companion in their daily struggle for survival.
The interrogation began swiftly.
Talk now! Or face the consequences!
Please, I will tell you everything.
Stop the vessel immediately! The suspects attempted evasive maneuvers, but the patrol boats successfully cornered the craft just miles from the coast.
The generals studied the reports well into the night, the flickering candlelight illuminating the terrible choice before them.
This is the heart of the market, where the goods are hot and the deals are strictly confidential. Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
As the sun dips low, the bustling heart of the Delta awakens. Foreign vessels from across the known world. Every step he took into the darkness was a step further from her protection, and she wondered if he was ready. For these patients, the road to recovery begins in the depths of withdrawal, under the watchful eyes of exhausted staff. Above the streets, in the shadow of the towers, millions find their homes in these countless dens.
There was little time left, yet the complexity of the documents demanded absolute focus and unwavering resolve.
The trade delegation arrived seeking new terms. We understand the importance of this partnership and assure you of our commitment.
Tense negotiations often broke down into shouting.
I will not pay a coin more than we agreed.
The price stands. Take it or leave it.
The coastal defenses were nearly complete. Soon, the signal would be given, and this landscape would change forever. They call this the slurry of life, a thick, heavy mixture of lime, salt, and seawater, constantly turned by hand in the heat of the day. The destruction is absolute, a cocktail of volatile chemicals reacting violently with the seawater, creating this toxic plume. The great powers had clashed, and the cost was measured not in miles, but in the silence of the trenches.
The chamber reached a fever pitch as the Prime Minister defended the new legislation. Order! 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 The Right Honourable Gentleman must resume his seat.
The fleet pressed onward, a formidable display of naval power under the relentless sun. Ahead, the fleet unleashed a relentless barrage, testing the defences of the ancient stone fort. They fight with the steel and resolve of a bygone era, but face the cold, calculated might of the future. In the span of mere hours, the coastline was lost. There would be no retreat from the advancing fleet.
This aerial view reveals the devastating aftermath. The coastal town, once a jewel, is now scarred by the relentless bombardment.
In this historic moment, the signatories commit their nations to the terms outlined within this treaty. Here, upon this wild coast, they planted their flag, claiming this harbor in the name of the Crown.
He understood the gravity of the moment. Though his hand trembled with doubt, the treaty had to be signed.
To the success of the new harbor. Cheers, everyone. Let's chime!
Kanpai.
Welcome to the treaty ports, where the free flow of goods sustains the lifeblood of our interconnected world. Despite the outward display of diplomacy, the atmosphere in the chamber was thick with suspicion. The stakes had never been higher.
The occupation began swiftly, leaving the residents with little hope and only their fear.
And so, with these signatures, the new treaty is formally ratified, legalizing the trade throughout the territory. Across the globe, the flow of imports continues at an unprecedented scale, transforming our ports into round-the-clock operations. From this height, the city is a living tapestry of light and shadow, where ancient traditions meet the neon glow of tomorrow. They waited in the darkness, clinging to the splintered wood. Hope was just another luxury they couldn't afford in this place. Once productive farmland, these fields now stand as a silent reminder that even the most carefully tilled soil will eventually return to the wild.
Across the countryside, the vibrant red of the poppy has replaced the familiar greens and golds of traditional agriculture.
He took the coins, a desperate salvation. But as the carriage departed, the true cost of the transaction became agonizingly clear. In the quiet of the study, they forged the ideas that would soon reshape the subcontinent. Their pens were their weapons.
We stand united for progress and justice.
The time for change is now, and we demand to be heard.
The scale of the crisis is evident here. Yet amidst the struggle, there are profound moments of healing. It was the headline everyone feared. The economic collapse was accelerating, and there was no end in sight.
It is an absolute disgrace, steeped in unethical practices.
The ethics are sound. It is your argument that is failing. Order!
A quiet calm has fallen over the shipping lanes. The dramatic decline in...
Today, we launch a new chapter for our city. A campaign built on unity, progress, and the vibrant spirit of our diverse communities.
The specialized government teams are tasked with the complete destruction of the illicit poppy fields, a critical step in the ongoing war on drugs. Where industrial agriculture once dominated the horizon, nature is now reclaiming the land.
Cultivations. The meticulous study of crystallization in the early 19th century often required working late into the night.
Once the liquid has been completely filtered, The pure crystalline structure is carefully scraped from the beaker using a sterile spatula. With the substance delivered, the critical phase of observation and data recording begins, meticulously documented for the study.
A breakthrough in subcutaneous delivery. Engineered for perfection.
Under the glare of the surgical lamps, the battle for survival takes on a different form. A desperate race against time. In the chaos of the MASH unit, Morphine offered a brief respite from the unbearable pain. He finally found peace. The war ended years ago, but for some, the battle continues every single day. In the age of tinctures and tonics, precision was paramount. Every herb, every grain, measured and mixed with the
Specially formulated for gentle relief. A spoonful of our soothing syrup helps calm your child naturally. In the hushed hours of the night, Eliza administered the prescribed drops, hoping this dose would finally quell the fever's grip.
In this age of steam and progress, the populace sought relief in advertised tonics, believing the colorful concoctions held the key to good health.
Based on what I'm seeing, Mrs. Johnson, we need to discuss the next steps for your treatment.
Here at Zinteo Labs, precision is paramount. Our dedicated scientists utilize the latest technology to ensure the purity of every compound. Dr. Evans realized immediately this was unlike anything they had synthesized before. The molecular structure suggested impossible properties. When the seasons turn, trust the remedy that has stood the test of time. Relief is just a spoonful away.
Bring home the taste of togetherness with the new Meadowbrook container. It keeps food fresh longer, guaranteed.
Ensuring the safe passage of these vital shipments, our network delivers to pharmacies across Europe and the United States.
Everything we knew about the virus suggested this shouldn't be possible. But the files don't lie.
It is fundamentally unsafe at this dosage. That's simply not true. The benefits outweigh the risks.
Hold on, we need to review the Phase 3 data again.
The neon glare often hides the reality of the streets. This isn't just an urban problem, it's a public health emergency growing in the shadows.
As the international summit commenced, the weight of global expectation filled the assembly hall.
The delegates affixed their signatures to the historic document, marking the first concerted effort to control the international drug trade.
The stakes were incredibly high as the diplomats reached an impasse.
We cannot accept these terms.
The Capitol building, a symbol of democracy, has stood for over 2 centuries, witnessing the unfolding history of the nation.
The new federal guidelines were overwhelming, threatening to upend decades of established practice.
How are we supposed to implement this by next month? It's impossible.
The raid on the underground establishment was swift and decisive. Hands where I can see them. Get out! Suspect secured. Moving to the next room.
While the city sleeps, the network expands. They move in the shadows, trading secrets and securing their hold on the streets, one alley at a time.
In this line of work, speed and silence were everything. One slip, and they were done for. The mountains of Southeast Asia hide secrets within their dense mist. Secrets colored in vibrant hues of red and pink. High in the mountains, where the mist meets the pines, these farmers continue a timeless tradition, carefully gathering the forest's amber bounty. In the heart of the jungle, where roads fear to tread, the hum of a single engine signals arrival. A vital connection to civilization.
They called it Project Chimera, a desperate measure hidden from the world, secured by those who follow orders without question. Deep within the jungle, they work in the shadows, refining the substance drop by precious drop. The purity is paramount.
Hidden deep within these mountains lies the source of the world's supply, stretching further than the eye can see. The enemy wasn't always across the line. Sometimes, the hardest fight was the one we waged against ourselves, deep in the green. Welcome to the future of medicine. Our new global headquarters represents a commitment to innovation and health worldwide. This new synthetic compound represents a significant leap forward in pain management, but its strength demands caution. Once, this street was the heart of our town. Now it's just a memory of what used to be. From the heart of nature's bounty, we extract the essence of relief,
Transformed through precision engineering, the ancient poppy becomes modern medicine.
This delicate bloom sways, a moment of perfect serenity in the meadow.